Good morning, dear children. So, after a long time, we are meeting. Welcome back to geography class. So, sorry for that inconvenience caused by delay in uploading class also. And we already lost 2 3 classes in last 2 3 weeks. You know that. So, I am sending this video uh, to cover the topic that we have already lost by that periods. Okay, so in this video we are discussing the last topic in that second chapter about conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. Why? What is the reason for conserving this natural vegetation and wildlife? Because the population now is very high. That means centuries back it is not like this. So in order to feed this growing number of population, then we need shelter for this increasing population, all this to be done. So in order to satisfy all the needs of this growing population, we were forced to clear the forest in order to cultivate different types of crops, to construct roads and buildings, all these, isn't it? So they need the conservation, because the coming or the future generation also we have to give them this natural vegetation and different types of flora and fauna that we are experiencing, we are having now. So that we have already discussed sustainable development should be there, but one important factor we have to keep it in mind that yes, the future generation also should be the owners of this valuable natural resources and wildlife. So they need the conservation. So today we are discussing this particular chapter, conservation of natural resources. So forests are our wealth. Plants give shelter to animals and together they maintain the ecosystem that we all know. So climatic changes and activities of human beings, all this caused loss of natural habitat for plants and animals. You know that the case of dodo, the bird that endangered from the earth because of some human activities. Like that, so many species of plants and animals were there. Now we cannot see them. They are endangered or extended from the earth. So there are so many reasons for the extinction, uh, or we can say what endangering these species. Okay, so let us discuss first the different causes of this particular problem. So among them, first of all, we have deforestation. You know that. What is deforestation? Reckless cutting of trees. We have to plant at least one plant, one seedling in a week. If you can, daily you can plant one plant, one seedling. Okay, so deforestation is accelerating. So this is a very problematic thing that we have to avoid this deforestation. That means afforestation should be done. We have to plant more and more trees around us. So there are so many good things that we can do with afforestation. So first of all, we can check soil erosion. Then we can improve the quantity of oxygen in the atmosphere. That means we can maintain the balance in the atmosphere. Then we can provide ecosystem, means we can provide a shelter for different types of plants, animals, birds and animals. All these can be created by afforestation. So deforestation is a main problem caused by human activities. Then next is soil erosion, that is also related with deforestation. So soil erosion means simply we can say removal of the topsoil. So that is a very problematic thing, because the humus content or the remains of plants and animals are seen in the topsoil that give improvement in the fertility of the soil. That means that increases the fertility of the soil. So soil erosion causes so many problems. That means decrease in fertility, decrease in agricultural productivity, all these. So soil erosion is a problem. Then construction and activities. For example, constructing roads. For constructing roads, railways or airports, we have to clear a land. So that is also a problem that also creates some hindrance for the natural ecosystem existing in a place. Okay, then forest fires. Sometimes forest fires are created by the nature itself. Otherwise, there are some causes uh, done by activities done by the people around that forest area. There is a picture about forest fire. There is a collage in your textbook, page number 20. Please go through that. You will find it some important inferences from this collage. Okay, that forest fire occurred in California. Okay, the next is tsunamis. You know what is tsunamis? The word originated from Japan. It is a Japanese word meaning harbor wave that we already experienced. You may know that 2004 tsunami, December 26th. That tsunami happened in Indian Ocean. Okay, so tsunami means the harbor waves, the waves of the oceans and the seas are becoming very dangerous, or they come to this land and they wash away all that things, people, uh, buildings, then animals, plants, all these things with them. So washing away of this coastal area is done. So with that tsunami happened in 2004 December. The some islands in Andaman and Nicobar were submerged under the water. So it can also distract the ecosystem balance. Okay, then landslides. In the chapter also we have already discussed what are the bad effects, ill effects of landslides. Then floods. Yes, that is also a very dangerous natural disaster. Okay, so we have to uh, avoid these problems to some extent. Some human activities we can avoid, natural calamities we couldn't, but even then, this landslides or soil erosion we can check to some extent. Okay, so what we can do to protect the problems caused by these natural calamities and human activities, or how we can conserve these natural resources and wildlife that we are going to discuss. Okay, so here are some important things that we can do to conserve these natural resources and valuable wildlife, that means flora and fauna. So first of all, we have to aware the people, social awareness programs. Through programs like social forestry and Vana Mahotsav, we can uh, encourage this particular conservation of natural resources and wildlife. That means you people, school children can do a lot. They can conduct this bird watch, then visit to natural camps, so that they can appreciate the habitat of varied species. Okay, so awareness programs. Then national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves. These are very important. So national parks, it is a natural area designated to protect the ecological integrity of one or more ecosystems for the present and the future generations. So in India, there are 101 national parks. Okay, 101 national parks are there. Then in Kerala we have five. Can you name these five national parks in Kerala? Yes, the first national park was Iravikulam, that is in Idukki district, then Silent Valley, then the other three are also in Idukki district. So Pampadinchola, Anamudichola and Madikattanchola. These are the five national parks in Kerala. Then wildlife sanctuaries. So wildlife sanctuaries are also like national parks. It is some smaller than this national parks. They are also to meant for protecting a type of maybe a type of plant or maybe some types of animals. For example, Chendurini Wildlife Sanctuary is there in Kollam district. That particular wildlife sanctuary is meant for protecting a particular species of plant. Okay, then we have in Kerala we have 18 wildlife sanctuary. In total, there are 553 wildlife sanctuaries across our country. Okay, so can you name some wildlife sanctuaries in Trivandrum district? Do you know? Yes, there are two, three wildlife sanctuaries in Trivandrum. Neyyar Wildlife Sanctuary, then Pepara Wildlife Sanctuary. These two are in our district. Okay, then we have this biosphere reserves. So biosphere reserves, it is a series of protected areas linked through a global network that is intended to demonstrate the relationship between conservation and development. So across the world, across India, there are 18 biosphere reserves in total, 18 in India. In Kerala, we have two among these 18. Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve and Agasthyamala Biosphere Reserve. This Agasthyamala is in our district Trivandrum. Okay, so that is National Park, Wildlife Sanctuaries and Biosphere Reserves. The next, botanical gardens and zoological parks. You may have heard about the tropical botanical gardens located in Palod in our district. So in order to conserve some important species of plants, these botanical gardens are established across our country. Like that, zoological parks, zoos. We can see these wild animals there. They are protected there, isn't it? So these are some important steps that we can do to conserve natural resources and wildlife. Okay, so there is an important thing about this conservation, that is IUCN. This is the logo of IUCN. This is International Union for Conservation of Nature. So the conference held in 1963, there was an agreement, signed an agreement between the nations that is known by the name CITES. Okay, CITES. It is the full form of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Flora and Fauna. Okay, that is an international agreement between governments. It aims to ensure that international trade in specimens of wild animals and plants does not threaten their survival. Okay, so roughly 5,000 species of animals and 28,000 species of plants are protected. For example, some animals like bears, dolphins, cacti, then plants like cacti, then corals, marine animals like corals, then plants like orchids, aloes. All these are some examples which are included in this particular multilateral treaty. This came into being on July 1st of 1975. July 1st, 1975. That is about CITES, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. Fauna means animals, flora means plants. Okay, so these are some important steps that we already had taken to protect or to conserve these natural resources and wildlife from extinction. Okay, please go through the textbook. You will get some more important facts about this particular topic from the textbook. Okay, if you find any difficulty, I will clear it. Please contact me. Okay, so thanks for watching. With this, we are winding up the topic, winding up the chapter itself. So see you in the next class.